disturbing interaction between us and our grandsons started innocently enough with this photo. Naturally, I responded with this. Look here, Griffin and Ryan, I don't know what is actually going on here, but, I can't keep doing this like this. Then I got this. Can you imagine?
Ready?
Niall, you look very silly there.
Disgusting.
So I had to give up, simply sending this. Griffin, do you really think I'm disgusting? With that, it was clearly time to get out of Dodge. So we decided to continue our exploration of the wild Atlantic Way, starting where we left off the last time in Galway and ending at Keene Beach on Achill Island. We revisited Connemara Airport, complete with its own cows, where we flew to the Aran Islands last year. Later, we visited the hideaway cottage of Porrick Pierce, one of the intellectual giants of the 1916 rebellion. Now we drove across some attractive mountain roads to arrive at our first overnight, the Cashel House Hotel. And what a gem this turned out to be, with lovely rooms, multiple beautiful gardens, waterside location, and gourmet food. Not to speak of antiques up the gazoo. The following morning we were off to Clifton via a very circuitous coastal route. We passed bay after bay on this craggy coast. I wish I was. Yeah. Wits End bed and breakfast.
Swim Can't over. Argue with this. Can't argue with the deepest ocean.
And shortly happened on the memorial to Alcock and Brown, who on the 15th of June 1919 crashed into a bog near Clifton, thus becoming the first men to fly the Atlantic non-stop.
But the sea is wide.
After a break in Clifton, we embarked on the second day of coast tugging on our way to our overnight stay at the Mulranny Hotel. The route from Clifton followed the so-called Sky Road and treated us to a constantly changing range of sea views. Then we had the interesting opportunity at Omey Island of driving over the sand to the island during the brief window when the tide allowed.
It is reported on marble stones there, as black as ink.
And then we hit the magic of Kylemore Abbey. Built originally in 1867 for a wealthy English tycoon, it was bought in 1920 by the Benedictine nuns after the destruction of their abbey in Ypres, Belgium during World War I. The nuns ran an international school for girls here for over 100 years, closing it in 2010. In addition to the main building, the estate is noted for the lakeside Gothic church and for the walled Victorian gardens. The location speaks for itself. So on we went, past literally miles of rhododendrons, past Killary Harbour, through Westport, and before we knew it, our car was parked in front of the Mulranny Hotel. There we wined and dined in style, and were off bright and early for the circuit of Achill Island. Once again, the route followed the craggy coast, with clear views of Clare Island, interspersed with frequent sheep bonding. How are you, fella?
They're all horned, guys.
Yeah, they're all horned. How are you?
I thought horned
How's it going,
guys
lad?
were male.
And crossing onto Achill at Achill Sound. Margaret spent some quality time in the local pharmacy, while I befriended the local radio station DJ.
For the Ballyglass Live that's on in Connolly's Home in Carrickline. It's on Sunday evening.
One interesting place we passed was Grace O'Malley's castle. Grace was a notorious Irish landlord and pirate, about whom there are many stories. She did meet with Queen Elizabeth I in 1593. Apparently they spoke in Latin, as O'Malley had no English.
So this is the gap. Achill Bug.
She was both fair and handsome. Her necking was just like a swan's, and her hair it hung.
So,
Good, good. Hi, guys. Later I climbed up part of Slieve Moor, meaning Big Mountain, to get to a megalithic tomb thought to be indicative of Neolithic man around 4000 BC. While there, I ran into a group of Texan students engaged in new excavations in the area. Meantime, Margaret just relaxed in the car, enjoying the abundance of flowers in the area. Later we explored the deserted village, almost 100 deserted cottages, which were occupied during various phases. Some of the stone walls in this area date to the Bronze Age. These houses were one of the last European versions of bullying houses. That is, they were occupied during the summer, but the residents retreated to the adjacent villages during the winter. Yeah, look, the baby's having a bit of a feed right off.
I got put the window down here.
Having met the residents of Kiel, we pushed on to Keem Beach, our ultimate destination. It was a hairy drive, but it was worth it. Hi there, old son of a gun. How's it going? Everything okay in your department? But now it was time for the return to the relative sanity of Monkstown.